The rabbit hole was created to dive deeper into subjects that needed further examination. Hi, I'm Joe, and my guest and I will take you on a journey of discovery and exploration. We will provide insight and theories regarding the subjects we discuss. Come join us live at joeslicklive.locals.com, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you. And remember, don't get none on you. Everybody, good morning. Sorry about the late start. Just have to do some legal paperwork. Yeah, here, starting here in AZ, starting a new business in AZ and all that stuff, and got to get all that numbers together so that everything I do is up and the up. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll be doing a whole lot of different stuff, hopefully this year and the next year and the year after, to grow the online business here as well as the studios. And we'll see what happens. It's a venture that I don't have an idea what's going on, but hey, we'll get there. Yeah, it's all about having fun. And they got a little noise in the background. There's a fan in the window, and I can hear it. I don't know that you can hear it, because I understand now that the certain things I can hear and that you can't, which is odd to me. And what else? Yeah. Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. We're going to talk a little bit about the normal morning report, as well as, I don't know, man, there's some people here that are beginning to panic. Yeah. In regards to, a death with a helicopter, Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. But anyway, trying to make the studios real, and that's where my focus is right now, and also making some money to build it. Well, I purchased the mini split, so that should keep the room cool here. I guess it will arrive on Friday or Saturday or thereabouts, and then I'll pay for a what do you call it, an electrician to create a safe connection with a shut off. So there's that. It's spending money, baby. It's spending money. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Yeah, hot dogs and beer. 42 at a ball game. How many ball games you been? 42 this year already. I understand they're not doing too well. Yeah, I haven't even seen a game. Twice as ugly. Yeah, I know. Well, stop looking in the mirror, buddy. I guess they won the last series. Wow. Joe Sariano recorded strongest, allowing just one run, a career high 7 2/3 inning in a final win. Yeah. No, you do not want that. Well, I guess why would you slide like that? Anyway, I'm watching Kevin Pillar's 2-run single. Got thrown out at third base. Somebody did. Where are they? Where's the leagues here? They're in last place. 7 games out of first. 18 losses. No, 18 wins, 29 losses. Oh my God, they suck this year. Well, it has to do with the owner and his cronies, I guess. Taylor Ward's number 1, and Mike's been out of whack he's got 10 HRs, but Mike Trout, one of the greatest players of all time, been hurt lately. I guess he's back. I don't know. Seattle's only 3 games above 500. So, hey, 7 games back. I mean, top team's only 3 games above 5. The West sucks. I can't believe the Angels are below Oakland. Or is Oakland gonna move to Vegas? Nah, maybe the Angels will. Hey, move to Vegas, Angels. Sin City needs an angel. Yeah. Let's see what we got. He gets hot out of the collar all on his own. I know, buddy. I know. I mean, I'm a passionate person, man. I'm a passionate person. Yeah. Anyway, solar wind's only 389. Yeah, it's back to normal. Back to nothing happening. And density is under 1. Proton density is under 1. We have in the last 24 hours, we've had a C2 and an M2 flare. I remember when M's were really something. Jays are 5 games under 5. Worst offense in the league. And the bullpen is just as bad. Yeah. I feel you, buddy. I might see a game if they're in Las Vegas here, 42. It's only an hour and a half away. It's like going to Los Angeles for you. Depends, man. I'm not driving to SoCal no more. I'm done with it. That stresses me out, man. Yeah. Anyway, geometric storm watch. We're on a watch for a minor G1 happening today and tomorrow. There was the CME hurled into space by a powerful M7 class flare on the 17th of May, and we'll see. You know, I saw it as well, but I'm like, I don't know. M7's pretty good, but you know, those X's that we got last week or the week before, oh my God, that's pretty normal. Sunspot 85 is crackling with M flares, and it's not dead on us yet. Here, let me show you, okay? Yeah. Let me show you. God, I hate the noise in the background. Oh, sorry. Display capture right there. 85 is right here. So when it gets to here, that's the real danger zone. But this is pretty still dangerous. The Earth is connected to the eastern limb, or the right-hand side here, magnetically. So whatever happens over here really gets to us. And it seems that they're on this side is where the big bombers usually happen. What was that? Wasn't 76. I think 76 was the last Xer was kicking our tail. But anyway, the other one should be right about right here on the other side of us now, of the sun. The one that was kicking out all those X's for us last week and the week before. 2 of them were, but you know, 76 is already gone. But red auroras over Nambia. Yeah, people are watching that stuff. What else? You know, Comet 12P, Prones Brooks, part of it broke off. So one of the horns is gone. It's been neuterized. Yeah, the horn is gone. Yeah, it got too close to the sun and broke off, The structure near the comet's nucleus, this is called a disconnection event. This is caused by a CME or fast solar wind stream hitting the comet. One of the earliest recorded examples of the phenomenon is April 7th, or 2007. NASA Stereo a spacecraft watched a CME strike comet in Crake and rip its tail completely off. Yeah, but this happened again. Hopefully the horn is completely gone and people stop calling it the devil. People, they see devils around every corner. Planetary K index is, under 2. Yeah. Expect to go just a little bit higher. Not a big deal. There's no significant coronal holes in the equatorial region. However, there's a big one in the top. Yeah, but that's not going to bug us. This is the new activity right here where the M's are going to come out of right there. If we get an M. It's about a 55% chance for an M and 10% for anything else. Geomagnetic storm probabilities, 40% up in the, or 30% up in the mid-latitudes, and high in the latitudes, 15% chance. 2,349 potentially hazardous asteroids out there, and yes, that's a football field size larger rock traveling, moving, traversing, however you want to call it, coming upon the planet Earth. Today being the 20th, we do have 2 rocks out there. Both are really far. One's 19 lunar distances. The other is about 7.5. So near 5 million miles, and the other one is, half that. And both are, the one that's half that size is over 100 feet. So 86 multiplied by 3, right? Excuse me. 258 meters, or feet, sorry, across. And it's a 7.8 lunar distances away. Yeah. 200-foot rock. And that would mess your little spaceship up, right? Especially when you have to have an Empire State Building size rocket underneath your butt to flip, something that's the size of a Volkswagen up into space. It takes all that energy. Oh. I hope you had a great weekend. I really do. There's been a lot of work down here, and do not fire the space rocks at your anus. Uranus. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're yeah. Everything's lined up with Uranus. Enema rocks. They call it moon rocks, right, or something like that. Is that right? Timmy, you know about moon rocks, Timmy. Don't you know about moon rocks, Timmy? Yeah, I know you do. You and Scooby-Doo playing with your moon rocks. Yeah, and anyway, there's a pretty good line of them here. What else? Yeah. Let's look at LASCO right now. Here's a LASCO 2. Got a little noise over there. Boom. Look at that boomer. Oh, shoot. Howdy. There was a halo right there. Whoa. I don't know if it's at us or away from us. Hold on. Boom, right there. That's a massive popper. And that happened on the 20th. That might be going away. I don't know. I can't tell. It might be a day before we know much. That happened today, by the way. Yeah. Big halo event just occurred. Could have been from that other sorry, here I'm trying to get the microphone here. Could have been that other X thing, X sunspot kicking stuff off. Yeah, there's 1 and there's a 2. So boom, big one. Yeah, I don't know yet. Let's see here. Let's see if this will show us. Ready? Here we go. There's popper right there. Boom, right there. See that halo? Yeah, that's either directed right at us, a little bit off to the right, or in front of us, or it looks to me like that could have been from, that's an X-flare going away from us. Because I didn't see any sunspots that can create that. So, let's see here. That would be one of these, 79 or 74. Because, boom, boom. You know, we'll have to see. Keep your buttes covered. Keep your buttes covered. There's a big T-shirt. Yeah, him and Timmy playing with the moon rocks. They gotta watch themselves. They get hurt on that stuff, you know. What else we have? Let's check out the solar wind and the dynamic pressure here. Dun 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 dun. Pressure's down low. Solar wind between 300 and 400. Standoffs 12 and 16. So it's not a whole lot. The sun's not kicking our tail right now. There was a little bump, but yeah, not a lot. So I don't see any pressure coming out of the sun. So if we did the flare absorptions, let's see, that one was at 20. Hold on, here, let's go like this. Let's see if that thing was real towards us, eh? Let's try to get a time frame on this booger. Pretty good popper right there. Then there it is right there. All between 500 and 600 hours. More than likely 400 hours when it hit. So looking at the absorption rate, we're looking at 7 UT, 6 UT. So there's a little banger there, but not a whole lot. So this is not going to show it. All right, so let's look at the ground magnetics. Usually when the auroras are going off, these things go off too, because, you know, the planet's, you know, being exercised by radiation. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Little wave came through. Yeah. All right. Alright, so not seeing anything there. X-rays, let's look at the X-rays here. Flare forecast, an R2 minor to moderate came out of this region here. Geometric forecast, maybe a G1 up to a G2. Yeah. Let's see if you see anything radiation here. It was about 4. Yeah, I think that thing was away from us. So that was probably an X-flare going away. So that means Mars got walloped. You'd have to probably check out the Mars site. I don't know if anybody knows where that one is. Those who are watching Mars. Yeah, so I'm not seeing it at us. Well, that's kind of good. Let's check out the magnetosphere for us here. Yeah, not a whole lot of protons. See, that's all white. There's no protons at all. All right, and then look at dynamic pressure upon our planet. That's the squeezing of our magnetism from our magnetosphere. Yeah. Not seeing anything either. There's a little bump. Not a lot. Not enough to do any craziness. Yeah. And that hit, I don't know, what time did that hit? Right there. What time was that? 1300 UT? Yeah. Alright, well, shoot howdy. Can't find it, you know? So, alrighty then. I bet it, like I said, I bet it was on the other side. I said, I bet it. And let's go ahead and check out what they're talking about here. Geometric storm probability, or some auroras, maybe tonight and into tomorrow. There's the popper right there. It did go a little bit south, but it will graze us. Yeah. And then another little one. pick up on a little solar wind. That's about it. Should start to, well, it's already picked up. It's on its downward trend now. Right before it picks up again. Alrighty then. All right, that's enough of the solar stuff. How about the tremors? Has anybody been watching the tremors over there, or the lack thereof? Because there's none. Right? If we went back yesterday, or the day before, how about Friday? Nothing over the whole weekend. Can you believe that? Any tsunami probabilities? Nothing. Yeah. 25 miles northwest of El Centro had a 4.4. We'll be talking about that here. Alaska had a 5.4 and a 5.2. Puerto Rico. Yeah. But no tsunami warnings. Yeah. Alrighty then. Power outages in the U.S. Texas got hit so damn hard with them storms. Still 200,000 people out of power. I wouldn't want to move to Texas just because it always has power problems, right? Kansas has 17,000 people out, right? Let's go ahead and look at the COD right now. Right? Looks a little bit up by Iowa, right? Yep. Pacific, now here's a dirty. Yeah, it looks like we had a little monsoonal moisture in Southern Cal and Arizona, New Mexico. A band of stuff coming out of Alaska maybe, but Pacific Northwest, moving its way through Utah and Wyoming there, getting ready to go into Colorado. So North Dakota and South Dakota's getting, got some weather. But I'm not seeing a whole lot, just some monsoonal stuff. And yeah, we've got to get big t-shirt Billy to get out here so I can finish my work. But yeah, monsoonal moisture is coming in. Wah wah waggy. Yeah, maybe I'll get out there, and look at Oklahoma got it pretty good. Missouri, it's not doing anything right now. Still some unstable weather. Kansas got pretty good storms, and so did South Dakota. And Iowa, too. Yeah. Sister's got a little bit of rain on and off. And Timmy, he's clean. Clean meaning no weather. Pay the trimmer map bill. No kidding. I think they're all on vacation. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the Noah's hurricane. That one that was here last week didn't produce anything. Central Pacific, nothing. Atlantic, nothing, which is all good. Hey, I'm not complaining, man. I don't need any of y'all hurt. Look at the fire map real quick. Mexico, we still have it's picking up a lot here in British Columbia. Also, what is this, Manitoba and Saskatchewan? Yeah, got some fires up in here. Big ones were up here by Fort McMurray. Funny how it gets hot around where they're drilling or mining, right? Bad fires up in here in the grasslands of British Columbia there. Hey, it's got to burn. When all the ice melts and then it's all like dead, dry brush and all that stuff and trees, it's gonna burn. Just get out the way. Yeah, just freaking get out the way. West Texas, all lit up. Odessa to the, Rustler Mountains there from Carlsbad. I wonder how our boy's doing over there. And, he lost his melon, but look at here. Texas Liniments lit up from Vegas. See that? That's Texas Liniment, baby. Yeah. The Horse Fire, the Peak Fire, the Toyo Fire, Flying bucket fire, I guess. Yeah, but this is I think this is the bad one here. A lot of burned. Yeah, it's Bartlett Reservoir. Yeah. Oh, up here now too. Wow. There's a lot of homes and building out here. You didn't think the desert burns, but it does. That's why I jumped out there with my shovel, make sure, if I can put something out, I can do it. You got to get out there quick. Here's another mining, right? You can see all the heat spots, hot spots. Yeah. And, yeah, everything's hot. What is that? Yeah. More mines. Wonder why it always starts fires around the mines. Even Juarez. A lot of terribleness down there. Yep. In Houston, where I think 6 or 7 people lost their lives with the storms that went through Houston. A lot of families hurting. Yeah. You made hash browns. Good morning, Vampy. Nice to see you. You got rain last night? Where the hell were you to get rain there? Big t-shirt. In the shower? Well, alright. Let's see, what else do we have here? Well, I guess we go right to the volcano news today. In the news, volcanically speaking, May 20th, 2024, according to Volcano Discovery, they look it up, and they're the ones that dictate. Santa Guido, Fuego, Popo, Simiru, Ibu, Dacono, Sakurajima, and Luotobi. Denise is in the UK. She's here. Hey, how you doing? Well, I said good morning to Timmy. Good morning to Walleye King. Good morning to Susan. Good morning to Vampy. Good morning, 42. Good morning, Big T-shirt, Billy. Yeah, got a birthday coming up, baby. Good morning to Quake Cat in UT. Good morning to New Brunswick, Canada guy, better known as Canuck. Good morning, Lake Girl 19. Good morning to Croatian Dude 96. Good morning or evening to Simply Sue. Love that girl. Good morning, Flutter Girl. Love you too. Dub Diesel and AZ. Good morning. Dog Rock 18 over there in Florida. Good morning. Denise in the UK. Good afternoon almost. Yeah, 7 hours. Yeah, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. Booty Bits, Brainstorm, Snarls, and Sheer Fun. Yeah, all good mornings to you. We're just hanging out, figuring this stuff out here. Anyway, starting off with 07 Kaya, 27,000 pop. Might be because there's no weather down there in South America. I'll show you the USGS and find out where that is. Yes, there's the Ocotillo Wells earthquake. That's not a big deal, man. Stuff happens down there all the time. Don't panic. Plus, we've had a little swarm right here just south of Brawley, right? This 4-1, hardly anybody felt it. All right, don't worry. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right, down here here's Peru. There's 2 volcanoes right. There's this lake right here. Right up here, right there. This is where the volcanoes are, right here in the armpit of South America. Looks like an armpit, eh? Yeah. So don't panic. I think it was triggered from the southern event week prior in Mexicali. Could very well be, and that is a supposition that I go with, and I think Canuck is going with it as well. Power driving up, and up the EPR. And this is the East Pacific Rise down here, and it goes all the way up here. It's my contention that it existed prior to North America coming over, and because North America came over it, it used to be over here, over here, over here, over here, and now it's over here. And the San Andreas is the northern arm of the EPR today. Instead of some suppositions are saying that Walker Lane is the new San Andreas. I don't. It could go backwards, but generally speaking, and let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you can. When you got the EPR right here, 40 million years ago, and North America was over here, and when North America approaches it, right, it subducts, so it goes down and under North America as North America approached, right, and it went down and under, and here's okay. So as it did that, here we are 20 million years ago, right? And here we are today, right? And North America just kept moving, and as it does, it breaks the plate. So the plate broke at 40 million. It broke again at 20, and now it's breaking today. This is the San Andreas. To me, this is the Wasatch, and then this would be the Rio Grande. And then if you go back even further, maybe 80 to 120, you got the Mississippi. So each break is what's happening as North America moves over the Pacific. And remember this too, that the Pacific, as North America goes over it, takes part of North America and moves it north. Why? Because what happened over the last 120 million years, we have Rangalia, yeah, Silesia, and now we have Baja, all moving north with the stronger plate of the Pacific plate. And what it's doing is kind of like you got a grinding wheel, and you got a piece of rock that's being ground. It's spinning this way, and this is going down this way, and so it chips off the edge, right? It used to be out here, and now it's like sitting right there. And as it does, there are breaks in the Pacific plate as well, but because it's moving that direction, it's grinding in a counterclockwise. So pressure comes up the EPR. If I draw this like that, comes up the EPR, and you got Baja out here, Mexico there, right, and California. The pressure's moving up this way. It hits the Mendocino and drives it into itself because there's a break right here, right? The Juan de Fuca. So it's breaking it. So there's a counterclockwise up here, and there's a counterclockwise here, a clockwise rotation up here. As this plate, which is deeper and stronger and thicker than the edge of the North American plate. So I hope you understood that's kind of what I mean. Here's the Rio Grande, here's the Wasatch, here's Walker Lane, here's San Andreas. Back this thing up 80 to 100 million years ago, the EPR was where? Right out here. How do I know that? Well, Rangalia at 120 million years ago was down here. Yeah, 1,200 miles or so south. And if you roll that south and you roll this southeast, where was the Mendocino? Well, Mendocino was down here. What? Yeah. A lot of people don't take into effect all these different aspects of rolling this back here, and what are the effects of it. Most of the Pacific was underwater, and it's all deserty, part of Mexico. One pretty massive, all this stuff was down here where Mexico is, and Mexico was down further yet. But the EPR coming underneath it, a more shallow piece of 40 million years, that's all it took to break this off the 40 miles or 400 miles. 40 million years. What happened when it was out here? Well, something hit right here, right? Oh. Could that have affected the EPR going underneath Mexico and breaking off Baja? Pretty damn giant impact. Yeah. Could have been a size 12 or 15 earthquake when that thing hit. They're talking 2,000 or 3,000 foot tidal wave. Tsunami. All that's crazy talk, right? Yeah. Well, it's no more crazier than the crap they feed you. Fuego popping at 15. That's its normal. They're in Guatemala. Shimiru. 15,000. It's a little more active than normal. It could just be that there's not a whole lot of weather. Yeah, there's some low clouds, but you can see the ash rising up. Might be that there's pressure in the Java Trench now. Popo, 19,000 out of a 17.8. Not a whole lot there in Mexico City. Sakurajima volcano erupted to 8,000. So much population in the southern island of Japan, and Sakurajima's right here. It's a big volcano, but Sakurajima is the oldest or the newest or youngest volcano that's active in there. Asja or something, whatever they call it. Santa Guido, up there 50 miles north of Fuego, has dissipated. Ibu Nkono, no, Ibu's popping at 20,000 feet. Hey, there's been no joke. You got a 4,600 foot mountain popping at 20 grand. That's, almost 3 miles high. Down there in the Molucca Sea. Well, where's that? Well, zooming in, down here, and we did have an earthquake right here at 4.7 on Tobolo. Nkono's right here, Ibu's right here. Here's the Molucca Sea. There's another volcano popping right there. This has been going on for better part of 2 months. These two have just been kicking off this year, showing that there is a lot of pressure in this triple junction back here and what's going on here in the Molucca Sea. The activity, Holomarhara. I know I add another syllable just the way I am. And yeah, don't worry about it. You know where I'm talking about. Shimiru, Eastern Java. That's what we just talked about. Here's a look at. Pop goes the weasel. Near constant gas explosions. Yeah. Now they're thinking they could be 2 dinosaur killers that hit the... Yeah, there's 3. Big T-shirt. Yeah, I think both Walker Lane and EPR and Svalbard make it a triangle. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Little Toe Low and Little Toe B, both popping, right? And both of these are just south of here. Let me go right here. Little Toe Low, Little Toe B, right here and here, right? Here's the main trench here, the Flores Sea, the Savu Sea. Here's the Java Trench right over here, right? This is the triple junction right here. Overlapping. Australia going underneath, driving these things to compression all into each other. This is the maritime continent right here. All these little islands. And they are just getting twisted, pulled, and kicked. And they're showing their colors. Seven Kaya, 28,000 out of a 19. It's a 10,000 foot pop. Nearly 2 miles high down here in Seven Kaya, the armpit. Right here. And, Little Tolo, no, 2B, 6,000. Not a whole lot there. Dukono, 10,000 foot out of Dukono. 3,600 foot going to 10,000. Over a mile high. And yet you can see just a little tiny bit of weather. You know, here's Ibu's over here. Dukono's right here. This island isn't that all that big, and yet it's two volcanoes popping away. I mean, pretty scary to me. And I think down in the south there was a volcano just on the southern island portion of the island too. You know, comes and goes. Fuego sporadic emissions. Well, let's look at Sunday. Looks like the same people. You know, 10,000 out of Ibu, Popo, 2,000 out of that. Simiru, same. Seminkaya, I went to 27. That's about an 8,000 foot pop. Sakurajima, 7. Mutolo, same. Same at San Guido. Dukono's 10,000. Ibu, 10,000. Simiru, 15. 27, yep. Seminkaya. Luatolo, 6. Now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of differences in today's Ebico eruption at 12,000. That's up by Kamchatka. Kamchatka is, you know, way up here. Ebico's on this little island right here. So it's popping. And Villarica down in central Chile, ash emissions coming out of that. That's been on and off for, you know, a couple of years now. Seminkaya intermittent, Dukono 10, Ibu 10, Payos volcano 10,000. I think was that Central America? Costa Rica, yeah. It's an 8,800 foot mountain going to 10,000. It's not a lot. But it is happening in Central America. Ibu, 10,000. 11 out of Villarica, 21 Seminkaya. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Popo, nothing. Sakurajima, 7,000, nothing. Fuego. Sometimes by looking at these, we can see Concepcion volcano, Nicaragua, a new eruption's begun. Interesting. That'd be, yeah. Seminkaya, Simiru. Shivalush has activity on Saturday. Extrusion eruption. Not much of a Dukono 9,000 Shivalush. 2 actively growing lava domes out of Shivalush now. Alright. That's interesting. Simiru, nothing. Something, if it stood out, I'd tell you. Tsunozajima, nothing. Ibu, Hamahara, alert status increased to level 4. Level 4 out of 5. You can see this is Ibu popping pretty seriously. a stronger than unusual explosion at Ibu volcano happened on Saturday or Friday. You can see that's a serious pop. That's probably what's going on the most is Ibu and Dukono Shivalus to 10,000, some gaseous stuff going on. Alrighty then. Earthquake wise, according to USGS, we've had a little bit of activity, a little steady activity around the northern arm of the Pacific Ocean, or Pacific Plate. From PNG, we had a 5.3. Marianas, we had a 4.5. Bonin Islands of Japan had a 4. Then up in the Kurils, we had a 4.8. Moving on over to Alaska, 3.5 in Adak. Nikoloski had a 4.4. And as we're moving up closer to Sandpoint, 3.8. Chignik, 3.6. And we're getting on shore now, 2.6. Up there by Denali is a 2.5. But Anchorage, we've got a 2.5. And then closer, that's McCarthy, but closer to the danger zone over here. Now the big 9.2, I think it was, happened right here. That's why it destroyed Alaska. Alaska was on that fault system that works right through here, or Anchorage was. And so we're keeping an eye out. Here's Yakutak Bay right here. You always got to keep an eye out. That's where the massive tsunami, where the land slid into the sea and created that massive tsunami. Yeah. Mount Fairweather here, where Juneau is right there. Nothing. We have to go look at Canada because we're not seeing a whole lot of USGS. So if we looked here, you'll see up by Whitehorse, got some activity. Here's a small one. The orange ones are recent. 517. That's 3 days ago, right? The red ones you'll see. Activity, and then it gets stronger down here. And the latest is a 3.3. Not a whole lot on that end of things. On the opposite side, you see a clear line right here. Yeah, that's one of those lineaments. You'll see another one, a clear line, working its way through the Baffin Bay and the Labrador Sea from the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. That's right. It's interesting. There's crisscrossing. Here's Iceland here. And when things happen in Iceland, we kind of pay attention. Svalbard's way up here. And there was some quakes up in Svalbard. Not shown on the USGS right now. But if I went and did the 7 days, you would see that way at the top here had a 5.4 north of Svalbard. And then we had over the weekend, we had this pretty good quake right here. 6.0 in Nikoloski, Alaska, or the Fox Islands, right? So that happened. And dun 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 dun. All right. So that's going around the opposite direction that the pressure goes. Some people believe it goes this direction. I'm in a confirmed belief that it goes this. I think the Pacific Ocean is moving north, and as it does, it creates, these eddies. And when I spoke earlier, here's the Gorda Escarpment, here's the Blanco Fracture Zone. The Pacific Ocean is moving this direction. It's not moving this. And this is a strike slip. This isn't. This is a spreading zone. This is a spreading zone. Strike slips different from spreading zones. They act differently. And if I drew a map and I said like this, right? This in here moves like this. This and this move like this. So the area right through here acts different than this and this. All right, and that's all the Juan de Fuca, right? And then you have the Mendocino, which is here. And of course you have the landmass out here. And the subduction zone right here in the Cascades. Where this area here, which is growing, is shoved down beneath the North American plate, which is being turned up. Because this is all moving that direction. Taking into account all these different movements when we're watching earthquakes. They don't just happen haphazard. You know, sometimes the rocks break. There's so much pressure, you know, it snaps the rock. Sometimes it's a lot of liquid down there that gets hot, that gets up and makes the rocks a little more pliable, and snap. And then it cooks the rocks and turns them into volcanoes like the Cascades, like the Sierra Nevadas, which were older. Anyway. Well, according to EMSC, and we'll check these out, worldwide, because we don't get a whole lot out of the USGS anymore. Just the Sulawesi came in with a 3.5. Turkey, 2 O's, and then it looks like a little bit around Greece, 2.8, 3.6, and the Aegean Sea at 1.9. That's it right over there. Puerto Rico popping with a 3.5, or it's a DR. Costa Rica 3.3. Tarapaca, Chile 2.8, Antofagasta, Chile 2.9, and of course Hawaii 2.2. And then here's our little binger, 2.1 Central California. All right, let's go ahead and look at what's going down here in the south. Where's the motion? What's being moved? Here's the San Andreas that goes out here to Yuma. The EPR comes up right through here in the Imperial Fault, and then there's a break, a split right here with it by the Salton Sea. There's a volcano there, and it is like right there. And they have a satellite here. Let me show you. Yeah, right there. It's not a stratovolcano, but it's a volcano that they drill into and they create electricity. Also, down here in Mexico, in the delta down here, there's a volcano down there too. And I want to say it's right here. By this noise right here. A whole lot of something going on down here, right? And then here's the Ocotillo Wells. All right, this is Brawley, actually. Mexico's one's down here. Sorry. And if I did the 30 days, will they show it? Yeah. You can see how often this area has just been busy. Off 30 days. You can see the pressure moving right into Brawley, right? Or into Mexico right there, sorry. Brawley's right up here. See how Brawley's acting up? Here's the pressure moving this way. The chicken leg's on the move. We see pressure being applied here, and the quake's happening here. We see the Imperial Fault moving on up over to the San Andreas and moving on up. And we see the San Jacinto Fault, super active. The Elsinore Fault, not as active, but a lot moving from this morning's earthquake, Ocotillo Wells, up into the San Jacinto, which breaks right here at Banning, goes back into it. A lot of that pressure will move on out and then move on up the Johnson Valley Fault, which was the 7.3 in 1992. Then Hector Mine was out here in Lava Lake, or what fault in here? One of these other faults here. Down here, the Pisan one. Can't stop. Pisgan Bison Fault. Big quakes out there. Here's a quake today right there in Apple Valley. So it's lots of pressure along the San Andreas Fault Zone, which is all of this combined. If we did the 1 day, you'll see. This is just today. How busy San Jacinto Fault is. Not the San Andreas, but the San Jacinto. Why? Pressure moving up, breaking off little pieces before the big one goes. We're seeing a little bit up by Ridgecrest as well. 3-3 and a bunch of 2s up here in Coso. Up here by the White Wolf Fault, Inyo Kern, a little smally. Avondale, sorry, and a Coalinga, Huron, a 1.8s. Merced out here, Mariposa, not much. Low, smally. And then we have where they're drilling into the volcano again. Plenty, by Cobb, plenty of earthquakes due to them putting the shit down in the pipes and shoving it down in the ground, burning it up, creating steam, stinky steam, and making electricity. Yeah. But that being said, there's not a whole lot going. The chicken leg is the main part of Mexico, which is being pushed or pulled, depending on where more of the pressure is being handled. If you see the mid-Atlantic ridge kind of goes like this, right? How does it bend? How come it got there? Did it stay there and everything else moved away? Or is it moving as well? Yeah. It's a spreading ridge. It moved over here and it moved over there. It moved a hell of a lot more on this side though. Strike slip right there. See? I can show you a little bit. Compressional is purple. Rift or spreading apart is red. Transform fault or strike slips are green. All right. And looking at the EPR, EPR is a spreading center, right? We got a few compressionals, a lot of strike slips, meaning a moving away of, and you can see the direction of the arrows, how fast they're moving, right? 95, 90, 76. Why is it dropped? Because North America and the Pacific Plate is binding of itself. Here's a Southern Cal where a large compressional area is, because you got the convergence of North America and the Pacific. And it's moving at 69, so it's a grinder. Bzzz, eating it up, driving this north. All of this as well. Mountain creation, the Gorda, California, Nevada, up to Yellowstone. The Jaime's fault or liniment out here. It's, I believe, the Rio Grande in New Mexico. Somebody just followed at Ichiwichi 2 days ago. I don't know what happened there. Oh, thank you, 42. Thank you, bud. All the help is appreciated very much. What else? Preparing for an event is half the battle. Earthquakes don't normally kill people. Buildings kill people. Be prepared. If you're in a weak building, see what you can do to mitigate your risk. If you don't have a month worth of dry food, I don't sell the stuff, so I'm not trying to get money for myself. Go to someplace and order that. If you need help with finding that, go ahead and contact me in an email. and we can discuss that with you. What else? In the news today, again, the biggest deal is that the Iranian president, not the Ayatollah Mukjani or whatever the hell is, or I'm a nut job, but president of Iran died in a helicopter crash. Not just him, but a few others as well in their State Department. He was corrupt as hell. Ibrahim Razi, and yeah.
Tommy John is for men who value.
And hardliner, seen as potential successor to the leader of Ayatollah nut job, Khamenei, and was after his helicopter crash in poor weather in the mountains near Azerbaijan border. Yeah. Wiped him sucker out, man. The leader, Khamenei, holds ultimate power in the area, say on foreign policy in Iran's nuclear program, said the first vice president, Mohammed Mokber, would take over the interim president. So some people are making a whole big story of it, you know. Just another bug. Yep. Another bug in this yeah. Anyway, what else is happening? The ICC set out warrants for Israeli officials. Can you believe that? The International Criminal Court decision to arrest warrants of Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Hey, the bugs are what the problem is. They've got it back asswards. Always have. These Nazis that run the West are real. And the one who pointed it out mainly, who's thumbing it in their face, is Putin. How can you be on the Putin side? Well, he's on the right side there, but wrong side. That nut job said that he's going to take 2 other UN capitals. That's right, he said it. And what's going to stop him? I don't know. The rats are jumping ship in the local news. The rats are jumping ship. This Democrats are running from Biden because they don't want to be associated with his crap. Well, they are his crap. They put him there. Yeah. And in New York, migrants are being blamed for the crime in New York. Well, yeah. And the work of the crime Biden justice, lack of justice, what do you call it? They're not just. They are running the world into the ground, and their plan about keeping Trump in court, it's working. He's in court. He's not on the stump. And problem is, it's not really working because more people are coming to President Trump than before. It should be a complete freaking landslide. If it's not, I don't know what to think about this country, man. It'll be completely lost. It's unclear whether or not Trump will testify at his trial. You know? Yeah. He's under a few trials. And I don't know what's going on in the... sorry. She scared the crap out of me. Unclear whether Trump will testify in New York. While former employees and associates have testified in a criminal trial, The former president might seize the chance to tell his side of the story. Might not. It's not good for him to do that. He's not telling anybody. He's got 34 counts of falsifying business records and covering up payments to Stormy Daniels. But the prosecutor's lead witness didn't pass muster. Nah, he didn't even, it was a joke. And he's a liar. Yeah. And he's not credible. And the money that he did, he did the hokey pokey with Stormy Daniels. And payoffs happen. You got to remember Clinton. He paid that gal some money to shut her up. Yeah, happens all the time. Why? Because sometimes it's better just to pay somebody off than to go to court. Most court cases are settled out of court that way. Give them some money, shut them up, move on. Yeah. Trump's legal team says the prosecutors, they failed to make their case. This should be a no-brainer. Get us out of here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What else is in the news? I think there's something here. Senator Cruz and Katie Britt, a Republican of Alabama, announced Monday that they're introducing legislation to protect legal access to virtual fertilization, making it a condition to receiving federal funding through Medicaid. Nah, I'm not for that, but they are okay. If you're paying for it, I don't want to pay for you having a kid. My taxes shouldn't go to you, your sexual whatever. If you want to cut your pecker off and become a girl, I don't want to pay for it. If you want a kid, I don't want to pay for it. It's your responsibility. And if you can't, well, do what you need to do, but I ain't paying for it. Supreme Court rejected an appeal of the Maryland assault weapons ban to hear the challenge a Democrat-backed ban of Maryland on rifles such as the AR-15s, steering clear to dispute while the litigation continues in the lower courts. See, they don't want to hear it yet. They want the lower courts to handle and do their job. They don't need to handle it. Yeah. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, was allowed to appeal his extradition on Monday. Did you know that? Against the extradition in the United States, arguing that London's High Court that he might not be able to rely on his right of free speech in a U.S. court. The Australian-born Assange, 52, is wanted in the U.S. on 18 charges, nearly all under the Espionage Act, relating to WikiLeaks' mass release of secret U.S. documents, the largest security breach of their kind in U.S. military history. The High Court in March granted him provisional permission to appeal on grounds that he might be discriminated against as a foreign national, but invited the U.S. to submit their assurances. After Monday's hearing, two senior judges said Assange's argument that he might not be able to rely on the U.S. First Amendment right to free speech deserved a full appeal, which is unlikely to be held for months. That means he's not in the U.S. already, huh? He's still over there in England. The news prompted cheering from singing for hundreds of supporters who massed outside the court and ribbons to the iron railings, tying yellow ribbons. High yellow, yeah, plate cards and chanting "Free Julian Assange." I think they should. I think they should. He wasn't the bad guy. Bad guy was totally the U.S. But hey, yeah. Battle still for Ukrainian Kharkiv goes on. The Ukraine controls only about 60% of it, and the Russians own the other. It's been pretty bad. Yeah. The Russians are attrition, do it under attrition, and they have more people. You're gonna die, man. The most detailed public assessment of battle to date. Fighting house to house, defending the border towns in northern Kharkiv region from the Russian attacks. I don't know where Kharkiv is. I can look that up for you. Maps. Here we go. Well, it's on the other side of the river, so that's not good. It's in the northern. Here, I'll show you. Here's Ukraine, and the Russians have infiltrated all the way to here. Here's the river that goes down, and Donetsk, Kharkiv, Belgrade, not good, not freaking good at all. Damn Ruskies. Much of the people in the local area do speak Russian, but Russia took this, and they want to have all this to themselves. Their private little place. Yeah. Here's Kiev up here, capital, Ukraine. That's next. It's not that far from Belarus. Yeah. Moldova is very afraid too of Ukraine, the Russians, because they have about 200,000 or I think 10,000 Russian troops there in Moldova. Romania's pretty afraid. And even when Russia said, or when Putin said, he'll take 2 more UN capitals. Is it Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania? He's not going to take Finland or Sweden. There's just no way in hell. But I think it'll be up in here. Right? We'll see. That's his goal. It isn't just his, too. The next one coming will be just as bad. Well, what are you banning yourself? It was a cigar, if you believe the official record, Denise. Yeah, it was a cigar. Yeah. Arbitration is a normal process. Yes, sir. Yeah. Dirty diaper patrol. Yeah. I wipe my butt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not worried about President Trump, the former president. He'll be a president again unless he's arrested in jail. And I think he's going to go to jail, but a judge blocks a rule expanding the background checks on guns. Can you believe that? Yeah. Because they want to change the Constitution. Anybody who wants to put into a Constitution convention, you're full of shit. The minute you do that is the minute you lose your rights completely, because once you open that can of worms, they can change the whole thing. See, the Constitution doesn't give you your rights. It recognizes you have these rights already. They're inalienable. You were born with them. That's the beauty about the U.S. Constitution. It didn't give you the rights. It limits government upon your rights. That's what the Constitution's for. And if you don't know that, you got to get with the program. We don't know. China is sanctioning Boeing because they sold arms to Taiwan. Yeah. Michael Cohen admitted that he stole money from Trump. Can you believe that crap? That's news today, baby. Yeah. Former Donald Trump attorney Michael Cohen admitted Monday to jurors in the Republican legal expense trial that he stole tens of thousands of dollars from Trump's company as a defense lawyer seized on the star witness's misdeeds to attack his credibility. A landmark trial kicked back off with defense cross-examiner Cohen, whose pivotal testimony last week directly tied Trump to alleged reimbursement of Cohen's payment to catch and kill allegations of an extramarital affair. Defense lawyers already have questioned Cohen for hours about his criminal history and past lies, and paint him as a serial liar who was on a revenge campaign against Trump because he didn't become somebody in Trump's administration. That's what this is all about. If the Cohen would have, then Trump, would be in the trouble he's in. He said Cohen admitted he pocketed cash and supposed to reimburse for $50,000. He claimed they had shelled it out of a technology firm, but Cohen actually gave the technology firm just $20,000. So you stole. Yes, sir, Cohen replied. Yeah. Anyhow, that's the latest on the news. Yeah. Schumer says the Senate's going to vote on a border bill this week. Yeah, right. Crazy. Senator Rubio says the Democrats have contested every GOP election since 00 or 2000. The Federal Reserve reconsiders a capital hike for big banks. Are moving toward a new plan that would significantly reduce nearly 20% of mandated increase in capital for the country's biggest banks following lobbyist efforts. JP Morgan Chase and Wall Street Journal reported on Sunday. Top officials from all three agencies involved are pending capital rules. Federal Reserve, Federal Deposit Insurance, and Office of Controller of the Currency are still discussing substantive and technical revisions, and there's no guarantee that the argument will be reached. The Feds declined comment and report while the OCC did not immediately respond. Reuters asking this. The three bank regulators led by the Fed in July last year unveiled a proposal to overhaul how banks with more than $100 billion in assets calculate the cash they must set aside to absorb potential losses. Why do you think this is all up in their thought processes? Yeah, I don't know, man. Today, mortgage rates 7.1. Still pretty damn high and on the rise. So if you bought a house today, you'd be paying about 7.1 unless you bought or paid down the interest rate, which I always recommend. But anyway, is there anything else? Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, he'd be in bigger trouble if Cohen was in his cabinet. I agree with you. That guy is corrupt as hell. You know, the French Cubans are from Haiti. Whatever. Was it a Cuban? Oh my gosh. Come with me, my little humidor. Yeah, we don't want to talk about what. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let that go. Let the jokes go, Sean. I know. Anyway, big hugs to y'all. I'm going to go to work and got to make some money for an electrician. Democrats aren't embarrassing. They're an embarrassment. You're right. Many just blindly follow because it's got the word Democrat next to it. You know, I'm not a Republican either, so, you know. Take care of yourselves. Remember, don't get nothing on you. And tell somebody you love them somewhere. Give somebody a big hug. And don't get none on you. You know, shoot. Hey, remember Friday nights, the shit show. It will be live this Friday on over at Luke Clemmer's site at 10 p.m. CST. If you don't know what time that is, figure it out yourself. Central Standard Time. And yeah. And we already did the rabbit, but you know, here we go one more time. Hi, I'm Joe of the Joe Slick Live Show. My interactive live show is on twitch.tv/Joe Slick Live. Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and occasionally in the evenings at 7. During the live show, I review and talk about reports from government, private, and other reporting agencies and websites regarding celestial and terrestrial phenomena. Topics will include solar flares, sunspots, geomatic storms, and near-Earth asteroids and comets that are being monitored around the world. Included in the report is current events in the last 12 to 24 hours here on Earth, consisting of volcanic, seismic, and weather events. I close the morning report off with what's happening in the local and world news. Thank you, and you can be a part of the morning report by going to twitch.tv/Joe Slick Live. Look forward to seeing you there, and remember, don't get none on you.